welcome to PTPioneer.com, your #1 resource for getting started in the personal training industry, as well as becoming a successful personal trainer once you're already there. Today we're going to be doing a guide for you. It's the ultimate guide on how to become a personal trainer, and this is going to be a short synopsis of my 5,000 word article on my website about how to become a personal trainer. I'm not going to cover all the points, but the majority of them, so it's going to be a long video, so get ready. Also, after the video, please check out my website. It has the complete guide on how to become a personal trainer, as well as certification reviews and comparisons, as well as discount codes on the top certifications and study guides on the top certifications. So if you're just getting started in the industry, you can't miss out on this resource. My website, check it out after the video. So some quick facts about personal training. The industry is really blowing up right now. There's about a 24% growth rate predicted through the year 2020. So that's about 40,000 new jobs in the next 4 years, since it's 2016 right now. A big part of this is because the baby boomer generation is getting old. They're the ones that have the money, and they're the ones that need personal training the most. So they're actually going out and seeking personal training and seeking help for the problems that they have and the exercise that they need in order to stay healthy through the end of their lives. And because that, personal training is becoming very popular, it's becoming an in-demand thing, so a lot of job opportunities are opening up, so it's a good time to get in the industry, better than ever right now. So let's get started. So, if you're thinking about becoming a personal trainer, you have to realize that there are some essential qualities that you should have, or you could work on improving, that are required for the job. And some of them are, you need good social skills. Is one of the biggest things. You're going to be working one-on-one or even with groups like all day, pretty much every day. You need to be able to connect one-on-one with your client for them to be able to trust you and believe what you say. And you have to have good, happy relationship with them. Otherwise, they might leave you, and they might go to a different trainer, or they might stop paying for your services overall. So having good social skills and being able to work closely with others and connecting one-on-one with human beings is one of the biggest traits that you need. Another trait that you need is that you're going to need to have good leadership qualities. These people are paying for your time and your expertise. You need to lead them in the right direction and have that confidence that you are the answer to all their problems, which you are, because you know a lot more about health and fitness than they do. They have zero idea, so you're going to have to lead them in the right direction, and they're going to have to feel like they trust in that you can lead them into the fitness goals that they're trying to reach, that you are the guy or the girl that could lead them in the right direction. Otherwise, again, they might stop paying for your services, and they might go to a different trainer, or they might quit personal training altogether. And the last one is, you need to live a healthy lifestyle yourself. You need to practice what you preach. Otherwise, if they look at you and you're out of shape and you don't know what you're doing, how are they going to trust you to know that you could help them with their problems, their health goals, and their fitness goals that they want to reach as well, if you can't really do that for yourself? It's simple to say, but I do see a lot of trainers out there that don't practice what they preach. They're not living the lifestyles that they promote, and because of it, their business is lacking severely. So if you want to be a good, successful personal trainer, living the healthy lifestyle that you're telling everybody to live is one of the most important things as well. Let's get started into the different steps and prerequisites that you're going to need before you become a personal trainer. So you need to be qualified to be a personal trainer. So there's different ways to do this. Some people accept college degrees in exercise science and kinesiology, but most people accept an accredited certification. And my website primarily talks about all the different certifications that are available for personal trainers. There's a ton of them, NSCA, ACSM, NASM, and ACE are all top ones. Don't trust any sort of online certification that you can get over a weekend. Those won't be accepted by major employers like 24 Hour Fitness or Equinox and stuff like that. They won't accept low-grade certifications. They only accept the best. So my site talks about all of them, compares all of them. I'll get into it a little bit more later in this video, but for right now, some other things that you're going to need before you even get certified is you need to get certified as a AED CPR certified instructor. Those last for 2 years. Generally, they're pretty easy to get. Another thing, most certifications require you to be 18 years of age, and you need to have a high school diploma or an equivalent of one. So talking about more about how to get CPR AED certified, which is one of the first things that you should be trying to do. There's a lot of different places you could go. You could Google AED CPR certifications in my area, but my favorite one is the American Red Cross. They have classes in all the major cities in the United States, and they're one of the most credible sources to get CPR and AED certified as well. So you could go to Google American Red Cross near you, or you could go to their site and they'll have different locations and test times that you could go to. Usually it takes about 4 hours to get certified, and you go over rescue breaths and CPR and how to use an AED properly and what to do if there's danger, what to do if somebody faints and stuff like that. So it's very critical information, especially as being a personal trainer. You're going to at some point probably see somebody faint and needs CPR done. I've seen it happen dozens of times. It's just what happens in the gym setting. It's a common thing. So you need to be ready to be the person to react and possibly save somebody's lives. The next step you should do is start researching what personal training certification would be right for you and the type of training that you want to do once you're a personal trainer. So if you want to work primarily with athletes, what certification is best for that? If you want to work primarily with elderly people or people that have muscular imbalances, what certification is best for that? And what if you just want to work on weight loss clients, like what certification is best for that? And that's primarily what my whole website talks about. It compares and contrasts different certifications, what their strengths and weaknesses are, and what they generally focus on. So 2 good certifications, 3 good certifications I'll talk about right now. NSCA is a good one for working with athletes at the high school or college level. NASM is great at working with the general population, but they have a pretty strong focus on corrective exercise training and how to fix muscular imbalances, which most new clients you get, especially if you're working at a gym like 24 Hour Fitness, most clients you'll get are either overweight and have been sedentary, or they need some sort of muscular imbalance correction before they move on to more difficult exercise routines such as strength or power routines. ACE is another great certification. All 3 of these are highly recognized within the industry. ACE is another good one. They don't really focus on one thing in general, but I think they build one of the best bases for personal trainers because they teach you how to work with everybody pretty evenly. So if you don't know who you're going to work with, what clients you're going to have when you become a personal trainer, which most don't, ACE is a great certification to go with as well. In 2016, based off of industry recognition, study materials provided, and what you actually learn from the certification, my top 2 are probably ACE and NASM, but there are other good ones. I have an article on the top 10 certifications in the industry. On my website down below, I'll have a link to that in the description as well. So once you pick your certification, once you're like, okay, I'm gonna go with, ACE or NASM. The next thing you gotta do is purchase a package. They have different varying prices. They typically vary in price depending on what type of study materials you want. So if you just want the textbook and entrance to take the exam, that's the cheapest option for both of them. If you want more study materials, like online study materials or flashcards or a video series or a live workshop or something like that, the packages get more expensive as you go along. But after you've picked your certification and the package that you want to go for, studying is the next thing. Like if you don't have any history in exercise science, if you've never taken an anatomy class or a physiology class, you're starting from scratch pretty much. So I'd give it at least 6 months of studying to really grasp this information. And these are for the top certifications. They're not easy to pass. You need to know a lot of information. The tests are difficult. They have a high failure rate, a lot of them, of around 35% fail, which is a third of the people, and that's a lot. It's because they're difficult. You need to have this information cemented in your brain, so give yourself 6 months or so, 3 months if you do have a strong background in exercise science. If you're not quite sure what certification you want to go for, you can still start studying. You can still get outside resources such as anatomy books and physiology books and biomechanic books off Amazon, or borrow them from a friend, or even go online to like bodybuilding.com. You can learn some of the exercises and rep ranges and stuff. Don't go to the forum where a bunch of people are just arguing back and forth about what's best in fitness, but actually read some of the articles from fitness experts and certified personal trainers as well, and you can learn something there. So before you get certified, another good option is to shadow a personal trainer. So you could go to the gym that you want to work with in the future. You could ask friends that are personal trainers, or you could just go to a random gym and ask some of the personal trainers, like, hey, can I shadow you for a session? I'm trying to become a personal trainer. I want to take some notes and see how you do things. And a lot of them will say yes, in my opinion. Like, more than half of them will say, sure, no problem. Just be quiet and give me and my client some space. And you could just be on the side and have a notepad and a pencil, and so you guys can take some notes and ask questions afterwards. After the session's done, after the client has left, after the trainer's free, they'll probably be willing to answer some of your questions that you have. So the next part is obviously taking the test. Once you've given yourself a good enough time, that 3 to 6 month time period that I told you to study for, taking the test is simply signing up for a test. All the different tests have different test-taking centers that you could go to, like NISM. You could go to a laser grade facility that are located in all the major cities in the United States. Get a lot of rest. I like to study right before I go to bed and right when I wake up in the morning for the day of the test. So make sure you have enough protein, make sure you have food in your system, make sure you can think clearly, make sure you didn't go out partying or anything like that, obviously. So let's move on to after you've passed the test. Like, how do you go about applying for jobs? How do you try to get the job in the first place? And one of the strongest things that you need to do is have a strong, solid resume. I have a whole article on my website, how to build a perfect resume as a personal trainer. Check that out. I'm just going to make some short bullet points in this video, but make sure it's one page, make sure it has all of your certifications, that you have all of your valid information. Like, I've worked as a coach, as a high school coach for sports teams and stuff like that. I've helped friends reach their fitness goals, your education level, and references, strong references. Hopefully references of people that are in the fitness industry would be helpful. So I'm going to talk about the different places you can apply to. You can apply to a commercial gym, like 24 Hour Fitness or Bally's Total Fitness, or you could apply to like a local studio gym that's not a chain, but just a local gym in your town. And the last option is working for yourself as a personal trainer, and I'll go over all of those individually real fast. So working for a commercial gym, it has its pluses and minuses. So some pluses are you're not going to have to sell any of the personal training. You'll probably have a whole dedicated sales team to hand you clients left and right, and get you up to a full-time schedule faster than you would anywhere else. That's definitely true. The downfall about this is you're going to make less money than you could. Typically, clients pay about $60 per hour, and the gym's going to take a third of that 24-hour fitness, let's say. And then the salesperson will also take a third. So some of the people that make the most money in the gym are the personal training salespeople, because if they could sell a year-long package, they're going to make a third of that total package right off the bat on that sale, which is crazy. I've seen a lot of good salespeople. I've seen them make a lot of money, but you kind of feel ripped off because you work with these clients for a whole year and they already made as much as that you will make over the whole entire year with that one client. So pluses and minuses. But you can also become a salesperson / personal trainer, so you can sell personal training, you can sell your own personal training, you can sell personal training for others, and then do personal training on the side, if that's what you want to do. And if you have the qualities to become a great personal training salesman, which is completely different than the qualities you need to be a personal trainer. So something to think about. The next option is working for a local gym. So local gyms they have pluses and minuses as well. One plus is you'll make a lot more money per client. I could see people making as much as $30 to $40, up to $45 per hour per client, and the studio would take the rest of that for using their facility. So 25%, maybe 35% they take, but it's way better than taking 66%. So you can make up to $45 an hour at one of these studio gyms, but they might not have a dedicated sales team. They probably don't. So you're going to need to sell your own training, most likely. You're going to need to network. You're going to need to meet people. You're going to need to have your own business cards. You're going to have sales skills. So if you don't have those, a lot of people, when they're just starting out, to get their foot in the door, to learn about the whole process, is they work at a commercial gym. It's a very common thing. That's what I did. That's what most of my friends did. But that is an option. The last option is working for yourself, and you're not going to be there probably when you just get out with your certification. So what it requires a lot of networking, a lot of sales skills, because you have to sell everything yourself. It requires space, a place to train. So you could train in your own house if you have enough space. You could train in your client's house if they have enough space. You could train outdoors only if it's nice enough. And it depends on what type of goals your clients have. If they want to do powerlifting and stuff like that, that requires squat racks and Olympic weights, which are not cheap. Or you could be working with elderly individuals that just need functional training, balance training, and some resistance training. And you could get away with some BOSU balls and some stability balls and some bands and a few light dumbbells and barbells. So that's also an option. Let's talk about some things that, besides the equipment that you'll need and the space that you'll need to train your clients, you will also need liability insurance, because most studios and most commercial gyms, they pay for their clients' liability insurance or personal training insurance. So once you go out on your own, you're going to need to know that you're going to need to buy personal training insurance of your own. Otherwise, you could get a lawsuit on your hands and lose your whole entire business over one lawsuit, which is something you definitely don't want to have. So summarizing, working for yourself, you need the equipment, you need the space, you need the sales skills, and you need liability insurance. Most people will not have all those things or the capital to do these things when they're just coming out and starting as a personal trainer. Most likely not, but that's another option. You can make a lot more money doing that because you will make 100% of what your client pays per session. You just need to, get there. It takes a while. It takes years in most cases. But I've seen people do it really quick. They've gone to start to work at a commercial gym and then moved on to working for themselves completely, having a full-time schedule and making six figures pretty fast. So you can make a lot of money doing that. That is working for all the different places that a personal trainer can work. After you're a personal trainer for a while, here are some things post-personal trainer. So you will need continuing education every 2 or 3 years. There's a lot of different ways to get them. You can get an additional certification. You can get an advanced certification. You can attend workshops and seminars to gain these continuing education credits. But about every 2 or 3 years, your certifying agency will require you to get recertified. Another thing is, so say you've been working as a personal trainer for 2 years, and you've kind of veered towards, hey, I want to start working only with athletes, or only with corrective exercise clients that are post-rehab, or I only want to work with bodybuilders, or I only want to work with people that want to lose body fat. One of the best ways to do this is to get an advanced certification for the specialty that you're leaning towards. So if you want to work with post-rehab clients, you can get the NASM CES. I think it's the best one. It's the Corrective Exercise Specialist certification. If you want to work with athletes, you can get the NASM PES. That's the Performance Enhancement Specialist certification. You could become a weight loss specialist. You could. There's a lot of different specialty certifications out there, but that's kind of the next path you want to take, because people will pay more money if you specialize in one thing. Like if somebody is a bodybuilder and they want somebody that specializes in bodybuilding, why pay a general personal trainer to try to help you out when you could pay for somebody that has more knowledge in bodybuilding? You're in higher demand for these people that want these niche trainers, so you can make more money that way, and you can advertise yourself for what specialties you have. And there's no limit to how many certifications you can get and how many specialties you can attain. You could be a very diverse trainer if you take a lot of certifications and you continue your education on your own. You could be a fantastic trainer, obviously. So, in summary, that's my guide on how to become a personal trainer. Guys, I hope you liked it. I have a lot more information on the actual article that's on my site below. The next thing you probably want to do is try to figure out what type of certification you want to get. So check out my article on the top 10 personal training certifications to figure out which one's right for you. I also have discount codes on some certifications as well as study guides, so don't miss out on this information. I wish I had this when I was getting started out. This should be very helpful for you guys. So check it out and please give me a thumbs up if this video was helpful. Thanks. For study guides and discount codes on some of the top personal training certifications, head to ptpioneer.com. The link will be in the description down below. I have a step-by-step guide on how to become a personal trainer, how to make a lot of money once you are a personal trainer, and much more essential information on getting started as a personal trainer for you guys to check out. Until next time, guys, happy training.